Yes, bench warmers, welcome back. It's another ep of the Ressies Podcast. Shrey, Checkers here. How are we, boys?
Fantastic. We've gone from Eddie Betts, and we're getting guests bigger and bigger every week.
Bigger and better. This week, we are joined by none other than the man himself, Scott Walton.
Yeah! Thanks, guys.
Clapping,
Thanks for having me.
clapping.
Yeah, Eddie Betts, me, top two in the league.
Top tier stuff.
Only one of us has kicked 10 goals in a year, Eddie.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh, in a game, sorry, not
In
a
a
year.
game, not a year.
Yeah, I kicked 10
well.
in a year once.
I bet you Eddie Betts has kicked 10 in a year before as well.
You don't know.
Hey, Scott, first time I ever met you, man. Well, let's actually talk about the first time I interacted with you.
Oh.
You shared one of my TikToks on your Highlights Club, which we'll dive into later on, but that gave me so much joy.
I thought you were going to say that gave me a stiffy.
That's what I would have said.
I saw it on the tip of his tongue.
It gave me a bit of a
Nice.
stiffy. It gave me a bit of a stiffy, but it filled me with a lot of joy. And then I
there you
finally
go.
got to meet you at the Ball Magnets event. That was so much fun.
Oh, yeah. I met so many people at Ball Magnets thing because I just didn't really go to anything. So, no, that was cool. That was a cool event. I skipped work for that.
Yeah.
I just told him I was sick and then I was posting videos left, right, and centre.
With Paddy Cripps.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the first time we met / saw Scott, he was in the MCC members asking us to kick the football up to him at the
Blind
G.
drunk,
Yeah,
someone
yes.
screaming at us, Marmalade, kick the footy up to tier 3.
No, you don't. It's like it was like we were so far away. Like it wasn't like tier 3 in the ground. It was like
tier 3.
You were out on the concourse,
Yes.
and I was in a bar, and I was like, oh, no, these guys are bloody all over my like TikTok and shit. And so I was just screaming at you. And then,
To kick the footy up like
At the time, we didn't know it
150
was
metres.
Scott. I could just see a dot, a blur
Yeah,
up on the
literally.
top stand of the MCG.
I
And
got on the
then,
tram and
and then I think
Checkers
someone
goes, "I reckon that's
messaged
the
us."
guy from the Highlights Club.
Yeah.
And I was like,
literally.
huh? I was like, how do you even know? He's like, nah, I'm pretty sure. I was like flabbergasted.
So a bit of background on Scott, maybe. I mean, everyone has heard how we met him, but they might not have any idea who he is.
Yes, that is true.
Because he is the man behind the lens all the bloody time. He's the man behind the editing.
Yeah,
He's the
a bit
man.
unfairly. A bit unfairly.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a lot of the limelight. I think
Yeah,
we've
what's going
also
on?
done him unfairly here. Episode 16. And he's been in our studio most weeks helping us set up or
Yeah.
get the mics ready.
He even did the behind the scenes for us.
I did do some of that.
He did all the behind the
scenes
scenes shoot for us.
We've had him in here 16 times setting up. It took us this long to get him on in front of a mic. You know.
It's fair enough.
Well,
It's fair enough.
It's what's the saying?
No idea, mate.
I don't know, man. You tell me.
Something about.
I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. Is that?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
If you ain't
Alright.
first, you're last.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 16.
better late,
16, so I'm last.
better late than
Does not
never.
make me
never,
feel
there.
better.
That's the saying I was looking forward to. Oh,
So
Will's lost
Will's
the
done a
plot.
bit of a deep dive this
it's
afternoon.
impressive.
We've gotten home and I've seen him on his laptop on a certain website.
Oh,
It wasn't Sheffield Shield score updates this week.
no, nothing.
It was on Scott Walton's LinkedIn.
I'm really sure that we've banned Sheffield should score updates from our Wi-Fi at home. So he has his phone hotspot.
Yeah, well, it's been blocked, but that's all right. We're going to do a deep dive into the man Scott Walton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is
we're
fun.
going to be
This is your life,
investigating your life. But
Yeah.
appreciate that.
we met you on the MCG concourse. At the time, you're running a Instagram account called the Highlights Club. No longer exists.
No.
Got banned by the FBI.
Yeah.
The sack.
Got the
No,
can.
none of that. But you've had a fair bit to do in social media realms, but you've also delved into some TV roles. And I think at the time you might have been doing some stuff with the front bar. You can back me up on any of this stuff because you've got the LinkedIn open on your laptop.
I've got the LinkedIn right here, baby.
But
It's,
I don't know
all here.
anything much further than the Highlights Club. Will has looked up on LinkedIn. I've got my run sheet in front of me. You were on Channel 9 as a production assistant.
Yep.
You did some stuff with Racing Victoria.
Correct.
I do know this one
Yeah,
because
they love me
you've
over
told
there.
me this one. You say that as if they don't.
They don't.
Does that have anything to do with you rocking up to the races lately in suits and doing dancing?
Doing Tony P. in DC. No. Oh, no. They just got angry once and I had to go to HR. But,
Oh, gosh.
and then I absolutely barreled this during COVID. I basically just made a design for the social media accounts, and it was just nobody was talking to me. It was in the middle of COVID. I was just sitting there, had no work to do, And then I just went off my own back. There was 100 days to go till the spring carnival. Made something. It was sick. Posted it, whatever. And then they cracked it because like it wasn't in like the colours that they like to use or whatever. And so basically, I got a message with bloody HR. Got a full meeting. And then I was like, you know what, stuff this. So I met with HR first, had a chat with them. And then we're in this meeting and my manager was just like, she was such a yes woman. And she was just like, yes, like, but trying to protect herself. And then I just barreled her back in that meeting. I was like, stuff this. I'm not going out without a fight. And plus, I wanted to be made redundant because I didn't like the place. And so I just was like, so I got all my call records and looked at my Microsoft Teams and all this stuff. And it says, you haven't called me in 6 months. And you're my manager. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get in contact with me weekly to tell me what I'm supposed to do. And she just then tried to absolutely throw me under the bus for the rest of the meeting. So
I got really red-faced in front of HR, did she? Or?
Oh, absolutely. They still gave me a warning, but I went out swinging.
And then you worked there for another 6 years.
Then it was very awkward. No, so that was a bit of fun. What
was the colour scheme you set there? What was it?
Well, now you think about it, it was like brown. So
that's the colour of horses.
Yeah, it was horse colours. It was quite nice.
Who would use brown as a...
Boo! For those watching the vodcast and not on Spotify, yes, the Ressies logo does have a lot of brown in it.
Actually, the most brown.
It is brown. That's all it is.
It's big, chalky, milky poo-poo.
Oh, that's not okay.
On the rest of the list, you worked at the AFL.
Yep.
As a social media producer.
That's huge. People would love to do that.
A lot of people we speak to would love to do that and love working in those realms. Is that where you learn a lot of the skills that you're applying right now in Clubby Sports?
Yeah, pretty much. Like socially, I learn't more there than I did at my other job, which was the VRC. Not trying to shit talk them, but you know, whatever. I just didn't learn that much there. And I went to the AFL while I was working there. They were kind enough to like let me go work with the AFL while I was working it. So I'd work like 9 to 5 at VRC, then I'd just like drive as quickly as I can to the Docklands and then work like 6 till 10 at the AFL. Jeez. But yeah, it was sick though. Like you just basically, and it was another COVID job, so basically I had nothing to do and you would just sit and go and watch football and tweet about it the entire day.
So what was your exact role? What were you mainly doing there? Tweets?
Like tweeting, Instagram, all our accounts, not LinkedIn or anything like that, but like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And then I just watch footy. I just sit there, watch footy games, and when something good happened, we all had like this stuff. We had commercial agreements and stuff too. But that was basically it.
Did you have to get any? You obviously didn't get your approval for the colour scheme at the VRC.
Yeah.
COVID times, I can imagine, would be a very difficult time, because especially AFL was playing a game every day.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah. So
I could imagine the approval system of maybe like making up designs or making up edits and have to get it. Do you have to get it approved by people or?
No, they were so good. Like they had a graphic designer that had all like things. So if they were having anything bespoke made, they would have already done it. And then they just had like the templates already for like the final graphics and stuff. But they were like super cool with things. They just completely trusted you. You could do anything you wanted within reason. But like as long as you like just followed by rules of human decency, then you were fine. Like,
so yeah, no trips to HR at the AFL.
Yeah, no trips to HR at the AFL. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gotten a chance.
And then somewhere
casual.
You have taken a lot of trips to HR at is your current role as working at Clubby Sports.
Yeah. Well, thank God.
And a producer. And the trips to HR, just to say that, hey, Mr. HR, Dylan Buckley is bullying me.
Yeah, and it turns out HR is Dill. So.
Dylan's also HR. He wears a lot of caps.
He wears a lot of caps. So it turns out when if I have an HR issue, it doesn't go very far.
So your current role, I mean, when we first came to Melbourne, Clubby Sports didn't exist. It was producing, and we were coming in and doing some stuff with 200 Plus and Nick Butler and all the big horses of the office.
Yeah, the big fellas.
But you float around, you produce a show, which is The Tradies, with Mitch Cleary and Sam McClure, which I can imagine be a very interesting show to sit in on. We have our producer sitting on the show currently. He's got a microphone in front of him. His name's Will.
Yeah, that's me.
But you get to sit off camera and pretty much hear all the trade rumours and gossip and all the best goss in the AFL before it hits people's Spotify feeds.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Like, it's a great concept. Like, so it's a lot of fun, and they're really... Both of them are really professional. They bring so much information. Like, it makes my job easy as. They just come with all the info. I just help steady the ship and get it out onto all the platforms and make it sound crispy. But No, they're really good. Because it's like sometimes when you have potties, you can have people who are still learning their way through it, and it takes time. These guys are like straight out the gate, hardly have to touch an edit. They're really good.
Most of the time,
Like
Mitch
this
rolls in
podcast.
a suit, and
Mitch
and
loves the suit.
he's rolled in straight from Channel 7, so he's already got his run sheet for his show, just copied and pasted.
Mate, he does. It's confronting when he's not in a suit. It's like,
I don't think I've ever seen him not in a suit.
No, he loves his suits. I've known
Yeah,
Mitch
I
for a
haven't
while.
actually. I've never seen him not be in a suit.
I've seen, yeah. Well, I've worked. Me and Mitch have pretty much worked parallel for my entire career, and like when it's Channel 9 or when I didn't work directly with him at the front bar, but he was at 7, and he worked at Croc Media when I worked at Croc Media. We did a women's footy show together, which was really fun. So like, in every one of those times, he's been like suit or shirt, and it's just like when he rolls in with a t-shirt, I'm like, what is going on?
Who are you?
I know he plays cricket, and I've been asking him to play a game of Div 12 Ressies next year. I wonder if we can get him to rock up to the game not in a suit.
What do you think
Do you
Mitch
reckon
Cleary is as a footballer? What do you reckon his role is in
I
the
just want to know
team?
what clothes he'd wear in his normal day-to-day life.
Do you think he would do the NBA play, roll up in the suit?
Or like billabong boardies and a wife
And Ugg
beater.
boots.
Do you reckon he wears a button up under his Guernsey instead of a long sleeve?
That is horrid.
You got people wearing the long sleeves underneath.
These are all questions we need you to ask.
All right, what position do you play? I'm pretty sure he's a little silky halfback.
That's
wing
what I
operator.
envisioned in my
I
I
head.
reckon-
think that's what he likes.
He's pretty tall though.
He's got a bit of
He is
height
tall.
of it.
I reckon he could
He's tall
almost
midfielder, like
rotate
Bond.
as like a second ruckman, like not like a tall ruck, but like a Sean Grigg.
Chop
A
out
chop
sort of
out,
guy.
a chop out.
That
Yeah.
guy, yeah. Would he wear a suit to cricket? I reckon I could see him in like. We had a guy at our cricket club who used to wear like linen shirts to play cricket, just a white linen shirt.
Yeah.
He
That-
didn't wear
I
like
like
a
that a lot.
polo, so he'd wear a linen shirt. So I
That's a bit more
reckon
breathable than a polo. As well. That man's onto something. Leave that with me.
linen,
Leave
I
it with me.
reckon. I want to see you guys rock up like linen.
I think you've just.
There's also advantages here.
piqued your
Imagine
interest for the next video.
we had cricket rained out in the weekend. Imagine if you're in a linen shirt, gets rained out at 1:30, 2 o'clock. You're like, oh, just all I need is a pair of slacks, and I can go straight to
That's it.
Caulfield.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need it,
Cut
sometimes- you know
Yeah,
what?
jeez.
We had a cricket grand final once. It was unreal. Like we were versing Park Orchard or something like that. But it was 2 days. It was a Saturday into a Sunday. Saturday, doing all right, and we'd pre-booked early in the week a party bus to take us to the game, just in the hope that we win. And like we're rocking up floral shirts. Everyone rocked up in floral shirts. We packed a party bus out. It was the most depressing ride I've ever been. You're nervous going into day 2 of a grand final, and like this like sandstorm is blaring at like
mate.
11 a.m. and you're just sitting there going, "Oh, I've got to play." But then we did win, and it was actually the most incredible thing ever. It was the most like outlandish and arrogant thing ever to bring
Really
a
setting the
party
tone.
bus
Well, yeah, how did the opposition
to the
take
game.
that? That would have given him so much ammo for sledging as
They
well.
were so angry because there was also on that day there was a wicket for obstructing the field,
Oh.
and their president absolutely teed off of the umpire. It was like
Jeez.
dead silent. You're like, "You are a cheating C-bomb,"
Oh,
and stuff like
jeez.
that. And we're all like,
Shit.
"Oh boy, this
That guy's
got a
going to
bit
trip to
heavy."
HR on Monday.
Yeah.
That bloke's not keeping his job.
It was a bit of a very hostile environment, but we won, and it was classic because we hated them.
Jeez, a party bus.
Party bus.
Party
You're giving
bus.
us so many ideas already, and we're
Yeah.
not even
If you
opening
win.
it in this podcast
I'm
yet.
actually just googling how much a party bus costs. Give me a
Yes.
sec. I'll get
So
back to
good.
you.
It's great. The guy like just sat there all day. The party, like they'd be bowling or batting, and they'd just see over the shoulder a parked party
Imagine
bus.
the party bus also in between like 4s and 6s doing the T20 type stuff and
Oh.
playing songs.
Play your own song.
We
He's
had-
just
we had a-
honking for every
We had
wicket.
I had a mate who got on like this is before like social media was like going like crazy. Like there was only a few big pages, and Uni Lad was like
Yeah.
found a video of him. He was watching just in like the crowd because we got all our mates to come down, and he had this guitar and he like swung it around. He's like like I don't know, like he was some sort of rock star. He swung it around his neck and it just broke, and it just like flew and slapped some guy in the face, which was quite funny. So, and that went like viral. It was insane.
Did it make the highlights club?
No, it didn't. That was before the highlights.
Ah, damn. Didn't get a refeature. Right, well, we've discussed some of the roles and jobs. Let's go kick through some. We won't discuss all of them. I mean, we discuss Vic Racing, obviously the trip to HR, maybe them not being the greatest job of all. So we'll scratch that one.
Hey, they can't all be winners, you know.
No, but
It's
would
not
they
all
learn
sunshine and
you-
lollipops, brother.
That's
Sometimes
it.
you got to get the short end of the
well,
stick.
let's discuss some winners. Let's go into depth into some of your roles.
I love winners.
I know Scotty Scotty likes winners too. I've seen his TikToks.
Love a winner.
I like winners. and I also hate Melbourne Cup Day. I lost a lot of money.
Ooh.
Do I need a raise? All right, so the Highlights Club, that's where we first met you. So we'll kick off with that.
Yeah.
Basis of the page, what was it for people who don't know? It doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't exist anymore because I just didn't.
You sold it off.
Yeah, millions of dollars.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe it. I am really rich. But I lost it all on Melbourne Cup Day. It's a double-edged sword, you know. Like, you know, you sell your page for $3 million and you put $3 million on the first race.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out here, isn't it?
And then you're trying to chase your losses.
They can't run forever.
Exactly.
What is this?
Disappointing, really.
Vic Racing will love this podcast.
Get
That
more
horse was a
possibly.
bloody donkey. No. It was a page, basically. So basically what it was, I was working at Vic Racing Club at the time. I'd worked at the footy show and I was like, I liked working in footy. Like, I missed working in footy, and I was shattered not to work at the footy show anymore because change of ownership, Eddie Maguire took over and they just gutted the team. And so I was a casualty there. So I went to the VRC after a bit of grinding, and then I was like, I just want to still work in footy, and I love the House of Highlights. I love Bleacher Report, so I just basically copied the House of Highlights name and just made it the Highlights Club, made a little logo, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to be super chill about it. I'm going to post once a week if I have to, just be consistent. So I think I just made it footy only for 3 days a week, tried to post one thing, and then when I felt more comfortable and felt like I had capacity to do more, I did more of that. And then all of a sudden in the first 2 years it blew up. I was getting about 13,000 followers a year, roughly.
Pretty handy.
And it did well, and then at first it seemed like some annoying page that was stealing content, but then it kind of came into it what I wanted it to be,
Like a
was
Barstool Sports, a
yeah,
centerpiece.
something that it was almost like a bridge for up and coming creators and people in trying to make videos and stuff to be able to get more exposure and stuff like that, and also trying to build the page out. But then I started working the front bar, started working here, and it got a bit tougher, and I probably just didn't have the drive, and I think lots of other creators were doing some really cool things, so decided to just make my own personal page and lose a bunch of the followers, but didn't care.
We were going through the follow account. Trey, what did you have it at when you looked at it?
I think it was 26.8.
Yeah.
And I looked at it just for the pod and it's at 24.4. So
No,
it's not.
How many followers did you lose?
Oh, so many. I had 40,000 followers. Well, in hindsight, it's not that bad, but I lost 14,000. But that's
The true supporters are still
so
there.
fair enough, though. I just changed it, but I also just didn't care.
Let's not shit on Scotty.
No, you're not.
It was
It's
a-
fine.
it was
I think it's funny.
It was a
'cause,
great page, and
it was a good
turned
page.
into a personal.
No, it did a really good thing. To be fair, it was great because it did
It launched us.
I had
Yeah.
I had no worries about stopping it because I was like, you know what, it did what I needed to do. I got 3 jobs out of it. Front bar, I got the job for it. Here, I got a job basically because I know how to build a page like that. And we're now obviously doing Clubby Sports, which is I still get to kind of do it, which is kind of cool for the business. And so it played its role. So
Showcase some of your skills.
yeah, well, that's also the other thing. It was a place which I encourage anybody to do, by the way. If you just if you work at a job or something like that and you feel like you can't do everything you want creatively or whatever, you can just make your own page and do whatever the hell you want, and nobody's going to tell you you're wrong. So that's
Something
the cool-
it's a weird topic, but a lot of the gambling pages,
yeah,
because they have so many restrictions, age restrictions and
Yeah.
sponsorship restrictions, they can't post all these cool ideas that some of the people that work there have.
yeah,
So actually a lot of the people who write the skits for gambling and alcohol companies, because they have restrictions galore on them, they write these crazy cool skits, so they can't post them, so they usually have crazy personal socials.
yeah.
Because they just have such creative ideas, but then can't use under 25s or can't post
Yeah.
sport and beer together or whatever it is.
Yeah,
So
they got some really talented people on some of this,
some
sports
seriously
players,
talented
seriously
people.
talented people. So yeah, that's what happens, but it's fun. I did it for fun and it worked out.
Touching
that's
on
it.
the Clubby Sports side of things, was it an easy shift, obviously having the Highlights Club history, was an easy shift for you to become, I guess, the mastermind behind Clubby Sports?
I wouldn't say I'm the mastermind Clubby Sports. That's the higher ups.
He's the
but-
whipping boy.
No, but I do bring a bit of social experience, and I think for building the Instagram page, for example, which is my number one priority at the moment with in the Clubby Sports part, I think I bring a lot to the table on that. So I think that it's handy. It's almost like, because I did it for so long, I kind of know what's a good video and what's not a good video.
So you get the inkling for it.
Yeah, you kind of just like know straight away, and you're just like, yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I like it. Where it's like, just like any random video won't necessarily do it, but like there's ones that I'm just like, oh, I know that one will be good, or oh, that one, or like the ones that I know will be good didn't end up working out, but it's like if you posted it like in 2 months, it might still work out. So it's kind of funny like that. But we got some really cool, talented people that are helping out with like the visual sides of things, like graphics and stuff like that, and there's plenty of good ideas about creating internal content, which is the difference to Highlight Club, where I couldn't like really build a lot of what I wanted to do, like shows and stuff like that, which I think we'll eventually get to at Clubby Sports. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. When's the Scott Walton show coming?
Oh, huge.
I don't know if I'll ever do one, but I'm looking forward to just getting involved and getting in some of the videos and stuff like that. We'll see. I might dip into some footy stuff next year.
There's a few Scott Walton graphics on these TVs. If we
Has he been running his own shows in the?
I used to do some TikToks in here and stuff like that, but no, it's not out of the question. I think if I just commit to it, I could probably do it and just sit down and just like talk shit for an hour, just talk footy. I don't want to like overcomplicate it. I think that's the thing. If I do a show, I want to do like just not complicated and just kind of like loose as about footy. Not like really
you have some hot takes on footy. We've definitely seen it through the Highlights Club, through your current Instagram. Big Cats fan for those playing at home.
Yeah, massive
and
Cats
I reckon
fan.
every time we've gone to GMHBA Stadium, Cardinia Park, Guild Stadium, whatever you want to call it, we've bumped into you there.
Yeah, you always see me
every
at the same
time.
bar with Dad.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing I wrote down in my notes. I'm like, every time we go to GMHBA, Scott's there. He's having a beer with his old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we do. Well, this year, Dad was kind enough to get me and Mum like yearly seats. So we just go there. I drive. Mum and Dad, for context, live in Port Arlington, so it's about half an hour drive outside Geelong.
Beautiful.
So
We have been there.
It's beautiful.
We
part
have,
of town.
that was weird. When we ended
you
up
were there for
Beautiful.
the wrong
The
reasons.
wrong reasons.
Oh no! What were you there for?
We were in Geelong, and we'd like to play this game sometimes.
Oh yeah, this sounds fun.
Being new to Melbourne, in Adelaide, you tell me anywhere you want to go, I'll take you
we
there.
can get you there.
Yeah,
We can
okay.
get you there.
I'm very good. I used to do pizza delivery driving, and I can get anywhere you want with like no maps.
Yeah.
But in Melbourne, we play this game. Can we get home without maps?
Oh Jesus Christ! You've gone the wrong way.
We literally went the opposite way. Yeah.
So
You've
we're
literally
in
gone the
Geelong,
wrong
and we've started driving, and then Will was overseas in New Zealand, and Trey's called him on Snapchat because he's the mayor of Geelong.
Yes.
Or maybe the up-and-coming mayor of Geelong. And he said, "Where's Port Arlington?" And Will goes, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, no.
Like I'm like, how far away from Melbourne? He's like, you've gone the opposite way. And I'm like,
You now turned into a 1 hour journey to 2 hours.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
really-
much. Yeah.
I'm not
Beautiful
sure
part
some
of town,
maps
though.
on.
You
He's
would
like,
have
yeah.
enjoyed it.
Even worse part was we would have probably missed peak hour if we just went the right way the first time, but we've gone
mate.
half an hour the wrong way, had to cut back, and then got peak hour. So
Some of the worst traffic ever. Like stand
we
still.
spent an
Yeah,
entire day in the
standstill.
car.
Yeah, I know. You have to like time your run up there.
I
But yeah.
couldn't explain the facial expressions I had when I received a phone call from Shrey saying, "Hey man, where's Port Arlington?"
It's
I'm
like
in
the
the
wrong
passenger
way.
seat befuddled to
You
where
know,
we
you
are.
actually probably would have been better driving to Queenscliff, which is the other side, catching a ferry.
I think we actually considered getting the ferry. Like, should we just get
Yeah.
the ferry?
We
It'd be
did say,
funny.
I think we
yeah.
said that at one point.
Could have gone to Mornington and across.
Yeah,
Probably
good
better
little
off.
loop. So
Right.
lots of Cats games.
Yeah,
Did you catch
love
every
the
game
Cats.
at GMHBA this year?
I think I caught everyone but one, but I got pretty close
Yeah.
to nearly all of them.
And where's
I
your
think-
spot to sit? What's your
We
go-to?
have a spot. Well, we did have a spot on the wing, like the red chicky stand, but Jesus Christ, the guy that sat behind us was such a Geelong nuffy. Like the worst nuffy. Like me and Dad and Mum would be finishing a game and we wouldn't even talk about the game when we're walking home. We'd talk about this dickhead behind us
Yeah.
who was just so negative. Like your classic, like, oh, kick it forward or
Oh,
the goals
mate.
are this way. And he just had the worst takes. At one time, I think we were pumping Essendon by like 60 points in the first quarter. Or like at this point, we're 100 points up in like the third quarter. And he was complaining about the Cats, like the performance. And we're like, what else do you
Come on,
want?
man.
We're having an awful season.
Yeah.
We've lost players to injury. We're not humming. And he's cracking it because we're winning by 100 points. Bizarre. So Dad changed the seats, thank God. So we might look at the new stand, the Joel Selwood stand.
Yeah, how's that? Is that going to be done for
stand.
round 1? I've been hearing inklings it might not be.
Nah, it'll be done.
It'll be done?
The stand with the boats on it.
Yes, why is there boats on
What
the
is
stand?
going on with the stand?
What, the like triangles?
They look like boats.
They look like
Yeah,
they're
they look
building
like boats.
Noah's Ark.
Noah's
at-
Ark
at
on the roof.
GMHBA. They reckon they're going to flood Geelong.
They're very smart at Geelong, and all those little things have little solar panels on it. So they're all getting that.
The man who knows everything.
They're getting that
I
Geelong
would have never
sun,
even guessed that.
that beautiful
The Geelong
sun.
sun.
The Geelong Sun.
How great's that one?
Gets down there heaps.
Yeah, you can charge your phone on those solar panels. That's about it. So no, it's we love the boat stadium. It's good. I played it on AFL 24. Oh, great game.
Fantastic game.
Unreal
Really,
game.
still waiting for their ultimate team to come out. They've done a good-
They've just been that off, haven't they?
Jesus Christ. And then, but yeah, I got to see the stadium done because they had the full stadium in. So
Oh, very awesome.
That's huge.
So you got to see a graphic drawing of the stadium when it's
yeah,
done.
it's just yeah.
He
Oh,
loaded
it's
the
just
game
like
up
the
and this is the
game.
bloke sketching it on a piece of paper.
No, it's just like the game.
Oh.
Yeah, so no,
Very-
we love our cats. We love them, and they're going to be good this year. Got in a great fight on Twitter. Yes,
I did see
2
that.
days ago. Was out some Nuffy. Some Nuffy said on Twitter. He goes, Geelong think that it's still a relevant club after 15 years of like success. I'm like, that's what makes us relevant.
Yeah, you would have
We've
thought
won
so.
15 years.
I think you've missed the 15 years of
Do we work
success.
out who that
Fine.
guy went for? Is it?
I was a Pies fan, and
Oh,
Pies
jeez.
fans
We had a Pies fan comment on a TikTok of the Ressies today. I'm not going to give him too much of a plug, but he said, "When is
No.
someone going to king hit these guys?"
oh, jeez, that's
yeah.
got a bit of. It's got a bit
And then
dark.
we,
Right, fellas, please don't do that to me.
we tapped into his profile, and on his forearm
Yeah.
is the Collingwood Magpies logo,
Yeah,
Oh,
not
that's
a-
well, he's a big
taking
fan.
up
that's a red flag.
up the whole forearm,
Yeah.
which was
the
a
forearm
lot
was
of
going to
real
hit me in the
estate.
face.
Yeah.
the
well.
forearm.
That's
Well,
expensive
not in the
real
face,
estate.
in the back of the head because it's a king hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, gee, that's brutal. King
Jeez.
huh?
You won't even say the Collingwood Magpies coming.
You might leave an imprint on the back of your head.
Yeah. Oh, well, now we've said it on the podcast. Everyone will be commenting now on our TikToks. That's great.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's great. I'm
Hey,
gonna,
guys,
I
if you
might
just see me
message
in the street, maybe I'm out having lunch or something, please don't king hit me. Like, please.
have a
please leave me
conversation
alone.
first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Well,
it.
let's make it a little bit brighter. Less king hit talk.
Yeah.
You've worked on the footy show. You've worked on the front bar. You're working with Deal on the daily basis.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest people or favourite people you've worked with, because I feel like you're behind the camera a lot. You're behind the scenes a lot.
Yeah.
Your face isn't. Not everyone's going to know Scott Walton's face. Unfortunately, they should.
Good
They
face.
will eventually.
They
Good
should.
face.
They will eventually.
I've seen much,
Pretty good
much worse.
I've seen a
But
lot
all the
worse.
faces they see
Seen
a lot
better
of,
too. Yeah.
like they're regularly seeing these guys' faces on TV or on the pods.
Mm.
It's all put together by you.
I
So,
appreciate that.
who are the faces that you've enjoyed working with, or maybe
Somebody I really enjoyed working with at front bar was Sam Pang. He was so nice. Like, just like, I came in the wrong impression of him too. Like,
He strikes me as a very jolly man.
yeah, but I thought like, because he's quite famous and like, he's very funny and he's like very like, people want a piece of this man. That I thought he'd be a bit closed off and not like be tough to talk to or something. Like, this star factor about him. But he was so nice. Walked in every meeting, like said hello to everyone, knew everyone by their first name. He I would take photos during the night and send it to him, and he didn't want it for social media or anything. He just literally wanted photos to have photos and just look at them. It was like the most
Show his
wholesome
mates.
That's
thing.
real
Yeah.
humility.
It's like
yeah.
the most wholesome thing I've ever seen, and he was so
Hey, fellas,
nice
on the
about
front
it.
bar? Yeah, Sam, we see every week. We see you on the front bar.
hey, we see it on TV with the millions of dollars of cameras, but no, you want to see the photo that came off the iPhone.
Yeah.
Look at this. Scott took this one. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's so wholesome. He loves that stuff. So no, that was really good.
Did you have some big guests on the front bar?
Yeah, we had massive guests. We had the Jarmans come on together.
Oh,
on
love
stage.
that.
That was a huge episode.
I
Everyone
remember
was
that
so
episode
pumped.
actually.
Do you
That was
remember that
really
one?
good.
That would have given me a little bit of fizz. I love the Jarman brothers.
We had Joel Selwood. We had
Classy.
we just had like every footballer, like every old footballer that you could think of. Peter Dacos, all these greats.
What Kappa made his way onto the footy bar?
Rarest
front bar?
guess.
Warwick Kappa. I
don't
don't
think he's
think he came on the front bar. He'd been knocking around the footy show for a bit. He's a crazy cat, that man.
Who was the rarest guest? Like, who was the most out there crazy
Did you get any
person?
Nathan Jakiras?
No, he's a good man.
No, nothing like that. Who is the wildest guest?
I know they sometimes get like basketballers or like non-footy players on the front bar for an interview. Like I've seen that.
Oh, we had
before.
Lauren Jackson, and we've had like when
Oh,
we do
she's
like
a
the
gun.
all sports ones. We haven't had anybody like too crazy. Like footy show, you had more like when we had like the Warwick Cappers get involved and stuff like that. It's very funny. But
And
like,
your Connor Rogers.
yeah.
Yeah. Or just
Yeah,
Sam
forgot
just
about
getting his
that.
cock out on TV.
Yeah, well, that
Oh.
also happens. Yeah, well, you know, he seriously wanted to do that one time, and we had to knock him back. So one time, I don't know,
Swings and roundabouts.
I guess it's so many years that we probably could talk about, but it's like he just wanted, like he said the week before that he wanted to, he said on the show that like if this team, it was a shit team of the team, win, I'm gonna go to do the show nude, and like it happened to be that this team won, and he was so like proud, he was just like walked in, he's like, no, we're doing it, like I'm going and doing this show nude.
It's a man of his word.
And like he was.
Was that the show where he had to put a
dead
sock
serious.
on his...
No. We said he was sick, so he just didn't come in.
sick.
Yeah, so like we had to tell him no, but like.
Sam, we're recording
Insane.
at Monday 5:30, but then you actually go and
Yeah,
record like
it's
Wednesday
a
night.
Wednesday show this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was funny. That was
Sam's like, if Collingwood beat West Coast, cock reveal.
yeah, he wanted to do it. It's insane.
No, that's
But it was a man of his word. You can't knock him for that. So
Yeah, well, that is a rare. It's not a guest. It's actually a panelist, but
he used to sit there.
Just
We
a
used to
rare
go
man.
and we used to do our team meetings every day, and he would like, you know, you get food catered and stuff, and this lovely big bowl of sushi. Like we're talking like this big, and you're like, oh, I might nip into that, and then you can't, because he actually would sit there in the meeting and eat a whole massive plate.
But he's got a good frame for a man of his
he's in
age.
very good nick as well.
You know, sushi is nice. I get it, but you
Yeah.
know, as a production assistant at the time, with not much weight to push myself around and kind of say, I want a bit of sushi, didn't quite work. I didn't get a taste.
Hey Sam, we gotta have some sushi.
He actually would have been like,
Please.
"Who are you?"
Do the voice, Will.
Fuck, like,
Sushi.
Oh, let's not get into that.
Let's not give Liz Collins a plug
We
anymore.
actually, I've been on the footy show once. I wore my footy show hat today because I knew that we were going to talk about the footy show a little bit. Have
Such
been
a
on there once.
Sushi Mango.
And
You are Sushi Mango.
when I rolled in, Kane Corns introduced us as the TikTokers.
oh yeah.
And Chompers goes, yeah, who is it? Sushi Mango?
Oh Jesus Christ, chompers.
Chompers, yeah, he doesn't give us a lot, the old chomp.
So that was my
He's
debut.
actually a nice
on the-
man too. When
He
you work with
is
him.
when he's not making Will Taylor wait 55 hours for a hand pass.
Oh, that is a very funny.
Chombers
video.
and I, we just clash a little
And
bit.
then we recently saw Chompers outside the MCG.
This is
It's
controversial, this
rare
one.
as- It was before one of the finals. I'm trying to think it might have been the Carlton,
I think it was,
It was
the
a
Carlton.
Blues. It was a Blues game.
the
The
Carlton
Carlton
semi
final.
or whatever.
Was it a
Yeah.
Sydney? No.
The one they
Carlton
won
Melbourne.
with
Carlton
by
Melbourne.
1 point or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really good win or whatever. You know the one,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the famous Carlton game. You know, yeah.
Was Jezaleko playing in that one?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. Bruce,
okay.
Bruce still kicked the match winner. But we're walking outside the concourse, getting ready before the game. We're going to do some interviews and stuff, but then we saw Chompers doing a Channel 9 cross. A few weeks
Yeah.
earlier, for context, we did a video of the AFL record,
Yeah.
selling records, going, record, get your footy record.
No, we're rapping about as
You know,
well.
like, if you ever got told to do records, what would you do? How would you sell them? Just give us one, give us a demo. You can yell as loud as you want.
On me, if
Yeah.
I was selling one, I'd be like, exactly that. I'd be like, records,
Yep.
40.
Yep,
It's like,
exactly
see,
that.
there's a certain
There's a certain tone you have to
Yeah.
hit. And we were hitting it.
Hot buys.
And then
Yeah.
Chompers
Yeah.
was doing a broadcast about 200 metres away, and his production team came over,
Told you shut up.
told us to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, they say shut the fuck up.
There's where he teed off at us.
Oh, mate. Yeah, that's why you got to TV people.
I said,
are
yeah. I
fucked.
said, oh, mate, I'll shut up when you start paying my rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate.
And then I said, if Chompers
so
comes
rude.
down here and buys a record off me, I'll stop. But
Yeah.
until he does, we're going to
That's
keep yelling.
so weird by that guy who told you to shut the
Yeah,
fuck
no, it wasn't
like,
on Chompers' head. I mean, that was just his production assistant. But then we see him as the MCG, so there's a little bit of beef. We're like, geez,
Oh,
he's
that's
teed off at us a
so
few weeks
funny.
ago. Chompers is here.
Because Chompers would have literally been sitting there and I was like, shut that. Can you fuckers? Like, he would have.
Mate.
He's a very good
Tell me
man.
about
I did enjoy working with him because I work with his son as well. But yeah, he easily set off with me.
Yeah.
Well, we were at Gather Round. We found ourselves directly behind Chompers for the Sunday footy show handball.
Yeah.
And Will's got this gag. I'll get him to do the face. You have to watch a YouTube video if you want to see
Yeah.
the face, but we'll do the face.
So it goes a bit like this.
Yeah, no, I know that face.
it's
I've
the
seen
best
that.
one.
It's Will with a mouth wide
Yeah.
open. And
That's the
That's
best
my-
guy from
that's
like
my gag.
Australia's Got Talent.
so it
Yeah.
happened on the broadcast, and Chompers turned around and saw it, and on live too, he goes, "Whoa!" Like he brought it up, and
Yeah.
it made a video that we put up.
Oh, man.
So we thought, all right, Chompers has teed us off, or his production assistant has teed us off. Will's done the face earlier in the year. He's made us wait for a hand pass. let's put Willie behind his broadcast and do the face again.
Yeah.
So good.
And his whole production team have seen us from afar, like 40 metres away, and are tapping each other. Like, they're all tapping each other on the shoulders,
That's
freaking
close.
out. Like, it was like a terror threat. Like, they knew we were going to get up to no good.
Yeah.
And then
they had it coming.
Will went behind Chompers to go do it, and one guy came up to me and said, "We know what you're doing, don't do it. We know what you're doing, don't do it."
He's like, you guys can't do it. Like, we know you're going to do something. And what we're going to do is, like,
I said,
I don't know, but you're going to do
I'm
something.
just standing outside the MCG.
Yeah. But also, what are you going to do?
And they were freaking. The more we played dumb, the more they were
Yeah.
freaking out. Like, they were.
They literally can't do anything.
They went and got security. What they do?
So one of the practice runs, I was like warming up and I was like doing the face, and one of the production team comes over and goes, "Don't be a smart ass, mate, or we'll get you
rude.
evicted." I'm like, mate, we're outside the MCG.
You also
It's
haven't
not
even
like-
entered the MCG
There's
yet.
about like
How can they
600
evict you?
people behind Chompers at this point,
Yeah.
and we were just somewhere in the crowd. But yeah, we got booed. We got booted away from that. So
Yeah.
next
They might as
year,
well verbally booed us as well.
next
Yeah.
year, Chompers. We've said on the podcast, he won't listen to our podcast, so that's fine.
No, that's fine.
But anytime we see Chompers, the face is coming out.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
No,
atmosphere.
no hastiness. You know, I think it's quite a funny thing.
It's a gag.
It's a gag. It's a funny
funny
gag.
gag.
Comedic value, that one.
No, I like
We're not
it.
getting our cock out like Sam Newman. We just want to
Yeah.
get the
That is
face
true.
out.
Oh,
That's what I'm doing
jeez.
now.
We just want to be a bit funny,
Have a
TJ.
bit of fun.
I'm surprised when we asked you who the biggest or best name you work with, you didn't say Dill Buckley.
No, of course he is. No, I'm saying. But
We'll
like,
clip
you
that
know-
up so you can get a raise.
Yeah.
And then we'll cut
yeah.
this out of the clip. You can say whatever you want.
No, yeah. They make it look really good. Yeah, of course. No, Dill's so much fun to work with. So keeps a really good atmosphere in here. And he's actually very, very, very good at what he does.
He's
so.
buzzed at all
No,
times.
he
Yeah, I
is.
love seeing him for
He is.
30 minutes
Saw
a
him
day,
on Burnley
a week.
Street this morning, and he was practicing his cover drives.
Oh, he's back, is he?
Really?
He's
far
really
out.
keen.
He is keen to play some cricket.
He's heard
actually
Trey's
been-
out.
he's
In his
been talking
contract,
about it.
he's asked to open the batting and the bowling. So
I think we can
he's
accommodate
been-
that.
we're working through that one. We'll
He's
see what we can
very
do.
keen. He's been very keen. So, yeah, I reckon you'll be able to get him in for a game for sure.
Well, Trey's missing the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, next 2 weeks off.
Simping commitments.
Oh,
So-
boy.
Not
Oh,
simping,
boy.
man. I've just got a concert next week, and next week I'm missing Adelaide.
With
Sounds like
who?
simping
With who?
commitments to me.
Both with
Both
with
times
my partner.
with the misso.
You gonna kiss her?
Hold hands.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
might
me
high
either.
five or
wouldn't
something. I
either.
don't know.
I wouldn't either.
But yeah, we're trying to get Dylan for one of those weeks. So I'd try to get you, but I have a feeling you might be too good for us. I've heard a rumor you make tons for fun.
He's made
I
a
had one or two
big
good
ton.
ones. I made two good. I had
2 good tons.
Oh,
I didn't-
two.
Yeah, I've had 2 tons, which is great. And I'm a bit of a bowler as well, but
Oh,
I think my best figures.
Yeah, you can only do one or the other in our
Yeah.
team.
yeah.
Seriously.
I do neither actually. So
I think my best figures are saying like 6 for 32. It's actually insane.
Jesus.
But remember, I'm big fish, small pond operator. You know, I don't go, when I go up and I've played ones before, don't do anything. I'm 11th batsman and I don't bowl. So
Yeah,
and if I do
geez.
bowl, it's 1 over to go and there's 1 run left.
That's
Yeah.
exactly like
I-
Shrek.
and I
That's
go-
good.
Yeah.
shred my
Right.
first
I
game.
cop
Yeah.
it. So I don't do anything, and the 2s, meh. But when I'm playing in the 3s and the 4s, and we're in a very low grade, and there's a 13-year-old ready for the picking. If you look at all my centuries, my 2 centuries, you'll see that I've attacked 1 bowler for about 60 runs, and that's
Yeah,
how I've
well.
gotten most of the runs.
I'd say
Well,
it
it's certainly
happens.
fair.
There's a little game I
Don't
like to
bowl it
play.
short.
Yeah.
No
Don't
short
bowl it
balls.
short.
Teach him young.
But also, you think about, I'm a left-handed batsman, right-handed, but I'm a left-handed batsman. And when you play in a lower grade, they don't know how. Like, if you bowl it short to a left-hander, it's going.
People
Yeah.
don't know how to bowl it on the other side of the wicket.
No, they don't. And
Well,
all
that's-
I would do, it'd be so slow that you just
Amen.
watch it.
You shut your mouth.
No, I was going to say you're a left-handed bowler, and I feel like in the
okay.
nets, a lot of people at our club, because it's quite a low grade, struggle
Yeah.
big time against Will because he's left arm.
Oh, really?
And they just don't know
Yeah.
how to play that, like cutting across them that way.
yeah.
in the
No,
nets-
'cause it's, yeah.
In the nets, I can look like Mitchell Stark. On game day, I look
Yeah.
like a bag of potatoes.
But
Yeah.
there's a way to play it, and that's don't cut it. Like, just don't cut the ball. Like,
Yeah.
I had to do that. That's all I've had in cricket, is that I'm a left-hander, so right-handers go across me all the time. If you want to get a left-hander out, just keep bowling it across them, and they'll eventually go out. But what I found is if you play in like a lower grade, just sit there and wait for the 3 bad balls are going to come, and for the rest of them, block them. I think most of my big scores were like boundaries or dot balls, because I used to smack it.
Left-handers out there, just take
Stand
notes.
or
Take
deliver.
notes.
Stand
Out of Gilchrist,
and
take
or deliver.
notes.
Yeah,
But also,
I'm
you know, if it
Gilchrist.
doesn't happen, don't blame me.
I was going to say there's a game I played, and I've told Jared about it the other week, is because we have a couple good bowlers in the ninths. When you open the batting, Shrey had to face one the other week, got out to him. But then when you get the bad bowler, you sort of want to keep him in the attack a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to.
So there's a bit of strategy here. The other week, I blocked out a maiden. I knew he was going to be the worst bowler on the team. No offense, I'm not going to name him or anything. He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
But he's bowling tripe, and I thought, just block this one out. And secure him another 4 overs in the attack. Because you could tee off over one and he's only going to get the one over and disappear.
There's a lot in that theory, I reckon. I've thought about that many times. Like, I don't want him to change him too quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm scoring pretty easily, so let's hold off.
Let's make the 13-year-old bowling half trackers look all right. So the captain thinks he might be half a chance at a wicket.
Those legs look great, mate.
To then just bring him right back down 6 feet under and just crush his soul and spirit.
That's it.
Those legs just come out heaps nice at like 15 feet. Really good, man.
Shrey's going to learn this strategy because the other week, trying to think who came to watch. Our cameraman Bailey came out to watch and he hadn't seen Shrey bat really.
Yeah.
And Shrey's attack is just swing as hard as you can for first ball.
Yeah,
nice.
There's no leaving or playing out the shit bowler.
There's lots of cow corner to it.
So if he does get a shit bowler, they're ripping him straight at the attack and bringing him back on the openers.
But I think if I ever played cricket again, that's how I'd play. I would just try and hit everything for 6.
It's like defensively, I'm not very good, so what's the point?
Yeah, I've done my time. Do you retire at 50?
Yeah,
we retire at 50.
If I play again, I'm just going to swing.
Yeah.
Might have to get him in.
Well, we do have 2 weeks of no Shrey, so we're looking for some Shrey replacements.
We're looking for a franchise player.
The issue, though, this week is Shrey's younger brother's coming to town, and I've got a feeling we can convince our captain that Shrey is available.
And he is Shrey.
My little brother
to roll in and fill
my little brother he looks exactly like me, except he's just 6'2". Like he's just bigger than me.
But you've had a pretty big growth.
And I'm pretty sure he's 16 or 17. Is he?
My brother's 17.
17.
Yeah. 4 years younger than me.
I reckon we roll him out. I reckon
you do.
Fit him in.
He's bowled to me in the backyard. It is it's a bit of Pizza Hut buffet.
That's exactly what you bowl.
Yeah, so mate, he'll fit in.
He's
I
in.
actually have a funny real idea for that, but I'll roll it through later. But
let's get that one in the lab.
We can workshop that.
Yeah. So Shrey, I don't know if you told the captain you're unavailable, but I need you to tell him that you are available this week.
I'll get back on to
we are getting your younger brother to play.
Yeah, perfect.
Batting at 3.
I'll actually get on to him right now. I'll give him a ring. Cut the podcast. I got to ring him.
That's cricket. We've talked. Footy. I know it might come up in the feedback Q&A we put out a little earlier in the day. We put a Q&A out and got a few questions about you. Got a few that weren't on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But
I think my mate said, "Can you get him to show him his pee-pee?" So, which is
we did get that
we
question.
do love a good cock reveal.
We did get the question about your PP reveal,
but we didn't put it in the run sheet. But it's okay.
But there's a lot of talk. I know I've seen on TikTok. Comes up a lot at Jethro Cafe with the boys when we're talking about next year's footy, who we're going to get in our team.
This is great.
Some recruiting.
Yeah.
So obviously we've got Willie signed on. I managed to sign on Caden this morning down at Jethro's.
That is huge
to play.
I haven't signed on yet, everyone.
We actually trying to find a trade still for him.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll take anything.
We're going to walk into the
especially an
draft.
oven door. We will take an oven door for Shrey.
No, that's getting fixed, by the way.
30 days later.
I've done that before, by the way, so I feel your pain. Well, we had a cricket, table tennis night. Oh, not table tennis, beer pong night. And we just had this obsession for 2 years with breaking tables. Like, we had these wooden tables, and we would just jump through them and just try and break them. Like
Suplex City, bitch.
BTV. You see those video service a lot.
I have one of the great videos of my friend. We had like a reverse iPod shuffle night.
Oh, classic.
Dressed up as Britney Spears. He just 3 weeks out from our finals. Slams through the table, splits his hand open.
Oh.
He's trying to go to Rats afterwards. And he's like, "You're not well, man. You should go home. We'll get that fixed." But no, I tried to... We had a table in the kitchen at the cricket club. I tried to jump through it, and I just heard this shatter, and it smashed the oven. And I don't think it's been fixed, so that's better. You've done better. You've got it fixed.
Look, it happens sometimes, mate. It's a more common occurrence than you guys think. 1 in every 5 man smashes up and does something stupid.
That's true. You wouldn't believe it.
And we've got 2 in the room.
Yeah, it's crazy.
2 in 10.
Tell you what.
I was about to bring up the topic of footy because it comes up a lot. Who should we recruit? Gil Buckley doesn't get discussed a lot. Dan Gorringe doesn't get discussed a lot.
Well, that's because Dan charges $4 million a game.
Dan Gorringe, to rock up at training, it's like 30K, so we're not bothering.
Jarrah wants to knock him out too, so it'd be a bad combo. But the name that gets brought up so much, there's a man who kicked 10 sitting at this table.
Yeah,
it's silly, isn't it?
Yeah,
And it's not me.
Scott
guys.
Walton, will
Yeah.
you play in our forward line next year?
I could well do. It
He's
depends
in his head. He could have said yes. There's contract
Yes.
offers left,
No,
right, and
there's-
centre coming for him.
You know, it's like I'd be silly to say yes and sign to the dotted line straight away, but I'll tell you, my interest is picked. I just want to
Yes.
hear what your offer is. What
He's
you've got
teasing
there.
us.
You know, I've got a lovely. I played a couple of games in Melbourne High this year. Got a lovely home I can go back to at St Mary's. But you know, there's the door. I'm not saying the door's shut. Saying there's a chance.
This is what I like to hear.
And I do want to play some fun footy next year, so I'm keen.
Can you just run us through this 10
This
goal
10
game?
goal
I
game.
don't understand it because
No, I don't either.
you're not a Buddy Franklin of the world, but
No.
kicking 10 goals you have to be. So I just run it through.
Trey's single goal is very talked about. Like maybe one of the
Yes.
most talked about goals of 2023. Maybe not everyone knows a 10 goal game.
Yeah.
But if you know it, you know it. Like
Yeah.
there is a lot of people in the industry that know Scott Walton's 10 goal game.
Yeah,
This
'cause
is-
I used to put it up on the Highlights Club once every 3 months.
This is a part of our feedback segment, but
Let's discuss
we'll
it
bring
now.
this
Let's bring it
forward. I want
forward.
to bring it forward
It's
now.
heavily talked about in
Oh.
in industry circles.
Yeah.
In footy industry.
As it should be. I think that me celebrating went on Fox Footy as well. So that was great.
Jesus.
Because
No.
yes, it did.
Because there was a good video. So basically what happened was I knew we were playing Canterbury, which, you know, they haven't got the best reputation as a club and in terms of on-field success. And I played for Surrey Park a while away. And we sucked. We used to lose by like 200 points every week. Not joking. It was like if we lost by 200 points, we had a little pact with 3 of us at Surrey Park. If we lost by 200 points in a game, we'd go get Maccas. And I reckon I had Maccas 18 out of 22. So I didn't get fitted that year. But no, I was like, oh, you know, this is a chance to get a bit of a fill up here. Kick 4, kick 5, maybe if I'm lucky. So I spent the night after training like practicing how to kick straight. Like I held the ball like Gary Ablett and I just kept kicking the ball until I figured out what worked to kick straight. Because I was like, I don't want to miss an opportunity because, you know, I don't want to be like 2 goals straight. I want to be like 5 straight.
Yep.
So I was kicking them straight. I was like, unbelievable. It was so good. I come to the next day and I just like, I'm driving there and, you know, I'm like, I'm usually so unselfish as a player because I rate myself as a bit of a kick and whatever. And I was like, you know what? Stuff that. I don't care anymore. Like, I'm just going to go and try and kick a couple of goals. And then kicked a couple of drop punts. It was looking right. It was looking good. I reckon I kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, I just like, there was this one play where I just like was running out of the pocket. It fell short. I grabbed it, ran like just like got past one player. I'm on the boundary, by the way. You have to know that. Very important. I turn at about the 35 mark, kind of just have a look at the goal, snap it, and just going straight through. And then I just knew my day was on. And the best thing was, and there's obviously a video of me kicking. That was my like 7th goal, I reckon, on the boundary. I had a mate there, Ned, who rocked up in a full like purple velour matching tracksuit pants. He had like these giant gold Gucci sunnies on, and he was just following me along the boundary line, and he was just like, yes, yes. You know, you always got one of those like kind of lad kind of operators in your footy team, and they were just doing that. He's like, yeah. Like, I remember one time I played with him, he bumped some guy to the ground, stepped over him, and just went, and then ran off. And I was just like, that's so disrespectful.
This is my kind of
That's so
operator.
It sounds like Will Ferrell, this
Yeah.
bloke. Like, he's got that vibe to him.
I like
we
it.
played in a team. We won the flag a year before that, and we played. Our motto from round 1 was "We're talking flags." Like anytime we were like half up, like, and then halfway through the season we won a game, and our chant at the end of the game was, "Gee, we're good!" Like really confident.
Very
One
arrogant. We
guy,
need to inherit
one
some
guy
more of this.
walked out in one of the finals, like never returned because he was like, "You keep wanting to talk about flags, but how about just playing some good footy?" And I'm like, all right. Anyway, back to 10 goals. I'm having a great day. All right, just everything is working. And then I've kicked like my 7th. All right, and my opponent comes around to me and he just goes, like, this is just the standard of what I was playing. So it wasn't all me. He just comes up to me and goes, you know what? I actually think I'm not playing that bad a game. You know. I'm like, I've kicked 7 on you, man. Like, and then I took this one mark after he said that. Like, the balls come in because I just decided I'm playing 3s footies here. Nobody's going to hit me on the chest. So I just stood there. Like, just stood there because it was more likely to just kick it to me if I did that. And I just had him there and I pushed him away and just marked it like that. And he's like, I kicked the goal and no shit, he actually turns around and says to me, oh, gee, not even Alex Rance would stop that. And
Oh, mate, no, that's horrid.
That's not real life.
But he would.
Diminishes it. And so we turn into the last quarter. I think I need 3 goals or something to go. And I've kicked 2 at the time. And this other guy's, I'm gassed. Like, you might have seen me walking around. You might just see me here. I'm not the fittest operator, all right? I'm carrying a couple of extra kegs on me.
We get gas coming up the stairs to record this pod.
Yeah,
So.
I was knackered.
And I'm saying, like, I was throwing the towel in at 9. I'm like, I don't care about 10. I just want to get through this game. And so I just, like, this guy was like, hurry up and just, like, come to me. I'll give you the ball to kick. And I was like, nah, I'm humble enough. I don't want it. And then eventually kicked it. And then a mate rolled past around the corner. And this is just how unfathomable this is. He, like, was playing in the ones. And he comes around. He's like, oh, Scotty, how many you kicked? And I'm like, I've kicked 10. And he's like, oh, shut the fuck up. How many have you kicked? I'm like, 10. He's like, shut the fuck up. How many have you kicked? And he started asking like 5 people around him, is he telling the truth? And it turned out I kicked 10, but I've never...
You didn't know you kicked 10?
I knew. He just didn't believe that I did. Like, he just could not believe... Like, there was no world where I could ever have done that. But I think it was a bit of the opposition that day.
Man, when it's your day, it's your day.
Yeah,
So.
I'll never do that again, by the way.
When you kicked
good for 2.
9, was it like Buddy's goal where people were getting anticipated? Was there a bit of fanfare when you were lining up for number 10?
Yeah, well, I was kicking... I have one on the boundary that was like an incredible... This is when I knew I was on. Like, I kicked... This was for goal number 7 on the boundary at 3/4 time. Like, it was like I was running across like a footpath, like a gravel footpath, and there was a ditch. And I walk up to kick it the first time, like, I can't do this. I come back, some guy's like, your TikToks are shit. I'm like, fucking hell.
Jeez.
And I'm like, gee, you
You'd be
really
flick
like
up a
it.
few of
Everyone's
them.
yelling at me,
Yeah.
telling me that. And then I've just the best kick of my life. And then I just turned around, they were just so flat. So
As you would be.
yeah, so no, that was a magical day. I just I don't know how it happened, and it will never happen again. So if you're looking for 10 goals in your Ressies team, it's not happening. I'll give you maybe 1 a game, 2, and a very minimal forward pressure. But you know,
With the power of editing, we can just play the same goal 10 times with the camera
I
flipped.
can fix that.
Yeah, exactly. And we can just say, we can put the post up. Scotty Walton's kicked 10.
Yeah.
I'm just
Again.
hearing a lot of recruiting here. I love recruiting. We've recruited 15 small forwards. It's all we've recruited in our team.
Yeah, we're trading you. Did you not know this?
Yeah. There's still 14 small
We
forwards.
want to play against you this
There's
year.
gotta
I'd
be-
love to play a wing roll. I haven't done that for a while.
Yeah.
I'd love a bit of wing.
We've got a winger.
Yeah,
I'll
there we
never
go.
do
Then
that
one.
again. I like them. I've played half back. I'm a bit of a back. I can play both ends.
This is what we like to hear. The only person who said they want to play in defence is Jared Davis. That's because he knows there's a lot of cheap ball.
Mate,
down
that's
there.
exactly
It's-
it. People
it
forget it,
stands
and
off a man.
it's so easy. The
Premier
ball-
Data love
Mate,
running defenders.
intercept marks and free, like easy kicks, like footy, like in the forward line. It's not as easy. It's great. You get a kick a goal, but you know how hard you got to work sometimes to kick a goal with other hungry people around. So no, the back line's good, and the wing's great too because you just sit to one side and kind of also get cheap hill. You ask for the switch so often, and you have to let them know that they're dogs for not switching it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right.
Well, we've got player interest from Scott Walton. He
You
might
want
be.
to sign today though?
He won't sign. He's
I think
playing.
that's
He's
That's just
playing the
smart
long
business.
game.
That's just smart.
It is smart.
He's playing the
business.
long game. It's
Yeah.
like Fergus O'Neill with the Melbourne Renegades.
We're gonna
He
have to
played
get.
the long
We're
game.
gonna have to get Dill on the blower to a few of his brand contacts and say, what can you get on the table for Scott Walton's signature?
Scott Walton.
Yeah.
We need.
Can we get a fresh set from Lululemon? Can we?
Oh, yeah.
Can we get some?
Lululemon. Football kit,
JD
is it?
Sports. Can we get some new
Can we get
kicks?
some olive oil for his
Honestly,
kitchen?
a free pair of boots, and that's probably enough to get me up.
No, me too, man. Don't worry about that.
Well, we've tapped into a little bit of feedback already, but we'll really knuckle in and get dirty with the
Okay, get there.
with the segments now.
This segment was originally called AFL 1170. Obviously, being off season,
Yeah.
it's just changed to
It's just
feedback.
feedback.
Change the feedback.
It's just into its original
the
name.
the brain power that I could have used to change the name just didn't come up.
Didn't
with anything.
eventuate.
Yeah.
But you're about to sit on AFL 1170. If it
Okay.
was,
Yeah.
new
If
If it
footy
was,
season.
yeah. If
You
it
know what? I
was.
might even roll the AFL 1170 sting again.
Yeah.
Thanks, Basil.
All right. First question from feedback is actually from me.
Okay.
Oh,
That's not a good sign for the amount of people that want to ask me
all right.
questions.
How's it from you?
Yeah.
Well, it says Will Taylor _ with 3 L's.
That's not your account, is it?
That is.
3 L's.
Yeah, it's always a 3 hours. Yeah.
For a man who is doing social media marketing, that's horrid.
Well, all the ones with 2 L's were taken. You know how many Will Taylors there are in the world?
That's really hard to
There
look
is.
up. No wonder ESPN or whatever are tagging the wrong Will Taylor.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
they.
It's disappointing.
We'll talk about that later on. My question to you is: who are you most grateful for working with in the media industry? Who's been like someone that you've looked up to that you're very grateful for working with them?
Yeah, I reckon there's 2 people from Channel 9 days that really helped me. And one of them is a guy called Adam Rowe, who is one of the executive producers at the Front Bar, and he was the executive producer of the Footy Show. They gave me a chance. I was so bad at high school and stuff like that, so they gave me a chance. And another one was called Ed Bowman, who doesn't work in media anymore, but basically they just always helped me out along the way. Rowie, he called me after the Footy Show. He called me up and he asked me if I wanted to work at the Front Bar because he wanted a social person. So, had his phone number. I was in his phone book, so I was lucky about that. And then when I didn't get my contract at Channel 9 renewed, Ed Bowman helped me out and got some work at Croc Media, and gaining that experience got me a job at the VRC, which helped me get a job at the AFL. And it's just it's crazy how little things it's like an effect. So, Snowball effect. So, yeah. So those 2 I'd say would be my most grateful, and also everyone I work with here, including you 3.
Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate it.
We made the list.
We bring the party to the office, I think. That's how it
That
rolls.
is, yeah. Come here like a...
Come here, make a mess, go home.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't make any mess.
You do it at home in your bedroom, but...
Hold on a second. This one is from usr.bonnie.44.
Sounds like,
Jesus
mate, that
Christ.
sounds like
Yeah,
a
that's
Fortnite
just-
bot.
Yeah,
No offense.
The question could be a Fortnite
Yeah,
question
it is
too.
true.
I didn't know, before Trey reads it out, we didn't know if this isn't relevant, just split
Yeah.
it out. We might delete it off the pod.
Okay, so it's thoughts on the Gold Coast Suns, specifically Darcy McPherson.
Is there any relevance?
So random.
Okay, it's random. We
I like it. He seems good. I like the Sun. If I had to have a second football team, it's the Sunny Boys. I like the Sunny Boys.
But is there any relation to
I
this?
have no idea.
Okay,
No,
we
fuck
thought
this off.
maybe
No,
there was
no.
maybe in one of your
Just literally-
streams
no,
or
literally
a really
just wanted
bad
to know.
inside joke.
maybe you'd done like a
Can we-
video on him in the past.
Can we cut this out?
No, we'll keep it in. Nothing
Okay,
is cut out of the podcast,
right.
especially
No,
nothing
it's
about
all right.
Trey's girlfriend going to schoolies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey-oh.
That's coming later. That's a segment that we've got
Buddy
coming up
time.
later.
Jeez.
We're going to cut that out. That's not cool. Anyways.
Aaron Siegel, if you were to sign for our Div 3 social soccer team, what position would you play and why?
I would be a bit of a central defensive midfielder, I've called myself. I like singing the back. I like playing out the back because I can defend and I can pass a little bit, but my shooting is so bad. But maybe if there's a bit of space in Div 3, I'll jump in and see what I can do.
I like
I
that.
play on Tuesdays.
Would you hit a long ball? Like if you're playing
Oh, yeah.
central defensive midfield?
Yeah, that's a bit,
yeah.
me and you squad are very similar. When I play futsal on Tuesdays, I protect. I'm like I don't know how to describe it. It's not a centre back. It'd be probably a CDM, but I'm
Yeah.
clearing the long ball out. I don't mess around.
Yeah,
But you get the
that's
occasional
it.
shot, like maybe one a game where you can sort of
Oh,
put
yeah.
your foot through it a little
Yeah,
bit.
put through it. It's
It
always
ricochets
testing,
back, yeah.
testing
Yeah.
the keeper. You never
Never
know.
goes in, but it hits the
Never.
back wall.
Yeah, it's the
One day
back.
I might though.
Gets close.
You got to let them know you're there. It's all about that.
If you hit someone in the face, it's a bit of fun. No.
We've got
No, I don't mean well that it hurts.
No, my soccer league is my football league is hectic. They really they get full on. So if I hit somebody in the face, I might die.
What happened last week in futsal? We played a girl and they hit someone in the nuts.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
she
bad.
belted one of the boys in the nuts.
Yeah, and he had to go off.
Yeah.
I was hearing a lot of dry raging. It was the one that you hit and you're throwing up.
Yeah,
That's
poor old
me
Ollie.
playing 5 minutes of futsal and asking for a sub.
Yeah.
Major.
Me too. Because you were.
Okay.
We was read out too.
Just read out.
Oh, sorry, read that one out. Sorry, my bad. This one is from Isaac J. McLeod. Oh, any relation to Andrew?
Maybe.
How did you crack into the sports media industry, and what path into it do you recommend?
Yeah, I just did it purely. Well, I just let things kind of I just took every opportunity.
Was there a degree?
Yeah, so I basically because I sucked at high school, so bad.
I can tell you the degree if you want.
Me? No, well that's
No.
that's.
Oh, he's gone back to the
I've gone
LinkedIn.
back to
Let's go back to
LinkedIn.
that. Well, no, because I actually went to Box Hill TAFE. There you go. There it
Box
is.
Hill Institute.
Yeah. So I sucked so hard at high school, I couldn't get into a university. So I went and Mum and Dad thankfully went and found this course, which was a broadcast television course. because I was a bit like flat. I was like, shit, I'm fucked. So, so they found a place for me. I went there. I actually won a scholarship there, which sounds great, but it actually wasn't that hard to do because, like, there was a lot of people like me who didn't really succeed and maybe didn't know, but I was like pretty like I wanted to go to university so bad. I was like, I need to do this, and so I was one of 3 people who got a scholarship, and 3 out of 12 people decided to present it nicely. And so that's why we got it, pretty much, I'd say. I'm sure my answers were good too, but I'm pretty sure, like, I put in a nice little folder and stuff like that. But I did that, and then that gave me a work experience at Channel 10, which the 2 guys I talked about before, Adam Rowe used to work on before the game. And he...
With Stronny.
Yeah.
Stronny.
And that's why they liked that. But how I'd go about it is just like, either start your own thing. Like, I think it's so important. Like, if you think you're talented at something or want to get better at it and you're young, like, make something of your own while also studying and stuff like that. But, like, for me to get this job here, I showed producing... They invited me to a grand final, the Goes Alright grand final show last year. And I came in, like, just as, like, a content creator, I guess, and created a video and sent it to them, and they loved it. And so that, it's like, so if you can just upskill and work and show your stuff, like, what your ability, plus, try as hard as you can and study and stuff like that, that's going to take you a long way.
Dill gave him 2 of these ones. Big thumbs up.
2 big thumbs up for lucky old Scott. So, anyway, so that's how I'd go about it.
Very nice.
Love that.
This next one's from Darcy Parkinson. He might...
I hate that guy.
Is
he a friend of yours?
He's an idiot.
Is he someone that like just comments on your stuff? Because he's atted you here. He's gone, at Scott.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it true you have 4 sugars in your coffee?
He's a piece of shit. So Darcy obviously works here with me. And we've been doing a little fitness kind of like mornings. We've been going... to the local gym once. We did six days last week, which is crazy, and he's cooked his back, but he's been a hero and playing golf and doing all this stuff. And
so I'm out there playing ping pong.
Hey, can't be good for your back.
Very ferocious.
Chirping you on the ping pong table too.
Pretended to spit at me. It was insane.
Oh,
it got dark out the table. But no, so we did the first one, and Darcy and Dill went and grabbed a coffee around the corner, and then we ordered our coffees, and I go to grab my one single sugar I like to put in. They're like, whoa, it's like I've done something illegal, like. And then they made a comment. They're like, what are you, a child having sugar in your coffee? And I was like, oh geez, okay. So so now I don't have sugar in my coffee, but I did when I started having coffees. I used to rock up to Channel 9 on my way, get off at Southern Cross, and then order a coffee with 4 sugars in it. And they literally would be like, what? They were so shocked. And I'm like, now I get it. Like, that's insane. So like, how do I not have diabetes?
It's like the Messina people that look at Cater McDonald when he gets 2 scoops of vanilla.
Oh,
it's just wrong.
You do that all the time. Like, I wasn't always this girthy. But when I went to New York once, every morning for 2-3 weeks, I went and got a Christmas edition of, like, a hot chocolate at Starbucks, and I reckon that's my downfall.
I bet it tasted unreal though.
The bloody Christmas
It was so
editions,
good. It was like mint hot chocolate. I was like, this is so nice.
That's
yummy,
it.
yummy.
So I grabbed that every day, so that was good.
Very nice.
All right, let's wrap it up because we already touched on the 10 goals in the game.
Yeah.
People wouldn't know that was in the run sheet though. Speaking as if the run sheet's sitting in your Spotify notes. The last question was about your 10 goals. Yeah. So we've already touched on it.
From your friend, the Goobans. I think he goes by on Instagram.
Oh, and there was also the question asking you to get your PP out, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That was Mitch.
Can't remember who.
That one wasn't in mine. That's not on my run sheet, guys. What's going on?
You sure you still don't want that? You sure you're cutting that out?
Double check how much. Yeah, we've got about 20 minutes.
Sweet.
That's all right.
Well, we can fire through this.
Fire through it.
Fire through this stuff. All right. We talked about last week. Part me reviews have been binned, but bar me reviews
binned or iced?
Iced.
I'd love to say they're in the deep freezer.
Deep freezer.
They're
coming back soon. I mean, I had a palmy the other night.
They're going to get recycled, but the bar me reviews are taking over this summer.
Yummy.
Check it. Yeah. How good are banh mi's?
Very good.
Christmas hot chocolates and banh mi
Banh
is
mi.
in.
I grew up in Box Hill. I love my Vietnamese. So
Yeah,
Yummy, yummy,
absolutely.
yummy.
Right.
Checkman and I last week, we went to, I'd say probably, we'd call it a local.
It is our local.
It is our
I don't know
local.
if by maps definition, I think there's a closer one. We have been to that one.
yeah, okay.
Not going to slander him, the name, but it was shit.
Oh,
It was pretty average.
So we're not going back
That
there.
is
Yeah.
that is gonna sink that business.
Yeah, the business I haven't named. So
and it's not gonna go in the banh mi review because we've had it before and we don't want to just shit on them.
I don't want to eat another shit banh mi.
the banh mi came in a hot dog roll for reference. So that one's been
That's
scrapped.
bad.
It's not
Yes.
a banh mi. It's off
not
the
a banh
list.
mi.
But we went to the local.
We went to T&L Bakery, which
You might know
is
this one, Scott.
on Swan Street. It's
great.
just
Got
across
the
the
orange
road.
sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like supposed to be top notch. Like that is like
There's lines at the
massive
door for it.
lines, yeah.
Well, when you see a newspaper article that's printed from a Word doc that they've copied and
Herald Sun,
pasted,
Herald Sun article.
and it's gone into Times New Roman,
I like that.
and they've laminated and put
Best
on the
banh
front.
mi joints in Melbourne, and it is laminated in the front window. So
Yeah.
we went there the other week, had it lunch. I think Shrey might have been at work.
Possibly, but I've had it before. I've
Yeah,
had it
we
before.
have all been there before. Have you been there, Scott?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
multiple
yeah.
times.
So
Yeah, I've dabbled in it.
well, we thought if we're going to do banh mi's, we kick it off with a good one,
Yeah.
the one we know best. Maybe this week we venture out to Footscray or Box Hill, or somewhere a bit extravagant.
It's great.
I reckon at one point during the season as well, we were discussing this.
Yeah, go to
Um,
Vietnam.
That's extreme. That is very
I was
extreme.
wondering this year,
I
actually.
don't know if the Ressies have the funding, but
In my mind, I had maybe we drive down the Mornington Peninsula, or maybe we go to Geelong and get a banh mi and go on a day trip.
Oh
but
no, yeah, okay, you can
Yeah.
do that too. Yeah, okay.
Port Arlington.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know if they serve banh mi in Port Arlington.
well, we're gonna make it.
but we went to T&L Bakery, got some potato cakes, some dim sims, and 2 pork rolls. And pretty
Crispy
good,
pork.
pretty good trek. We've got the video up on the Ressies podcast page. If you want to go check it out, you get a bit more in-depth review. Very busy day. We had to line up for a little bit, which was probably the
The
downfall.
lineup. Wow.
Yeah, we
Lineup.
kind of got there at the start of the line
So
because
like
ev-
lunchtime. It was like 1 p.m.
everyone was
12:30.
getting
that'll do
there.
it to you.
Everyone was getting there at 1 p.m.
Yeah,
and
that's a 1 p.m. job. Middle
you-
of the week, nightmare. on
If you
Swan
drive
Street.
down Swan Street, every business at 1 p.m. has
Yeah.
a line,
The
though.
sandwich was across the road, or was it a line?
One place. I mean,
It's-
1
it's-
p.m.
it's-
just cooks you.
Sorry to bring it up again, but it is almost like a schoolies festival with the lines up for nightclubs.
yeah, it's crazy.
In that everyone is queuing, and there's almost like nightclub bouncers
Just
at
get what
every
you can.
at every food joint, just ticking off door list names. Like, yep, you can come in and get a banh mi.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Absolutely. Checkman, what would you rate the banh mi?
Well, the weight, I'm going to knock it down a little bit. I'm going to say 9. Craziest thing that I've ever seen in food prep. I don't know if anyone else has seen this.
Yeah.
They get, when you order the meal, they have like their roast pork just still, like most places have it all cut up, pre-cut and put in a bain marie. Theirs is just like a
Big
thick,
piece of
girthy,
hog.
like 5 kilo piece of pork.
They're still cutting it up.
And they cut up so they have this big butcher's knife. They cut off like, a 2 centimeter slice of it, ready to chop up. And they chop it up fresh in front of you, but it's fucking ridiculous because they don't have any gloves
Yeah.
on.
And I don't look.
They don't look. They're literally looking at the counter. Next,
Yeah.
butcher's
They've
knife.
got eye contact with you while you're.
That-
And just
Talking is
hamming at this
scary.
this piece
It's
of pork.
so scary.
And like, I don't know, like, I can't describe this to people that are listening, but people watching, like, chefs, they like curl their
Yeah, you're supposed to do that.
Nah,
fingers
These
to
Vietnamese ladies. That
protect cutting a finger off. You sort of like
Yeah.
chefs will curl their fingers over whatever they're cutting. So if
Yeah.
they cut, they hit the knuckle, which is apparently like the hardest point of your finger. No, these ladies are just flat fingered on the piece of pork and just throwing ham at it like a woodhacker.
Skilled
yeah, it's so it worries me. I don't want a finger in my bloody banh mi.
I haven't had a
No.
finger in the banh mi yet. I've been there lots of times, probably 10 plus, and every time no fingers have come off. So they must be very, very skilled at it. But that was mind blowing. What did I say? 9.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna go
fair.
9. They're
That's
just
fair.
purely because of the weight. Everything else was amazing.
I'd give it a 9.3.
Herald Sun article, very worthy.
Yeah, that's
I'd give it
definitely. It has to be above a 9 for me. 9 has to be above.
9.3 because the dim sims are really good as well.
Yeah,
But we got Scotty here. He said he's been out to Box Hill a little bit. You got any suggestions for where we go next week?
Well, I was gonna say I like your ratings. I think what shouldn't go underrated about T&L Bakery is on the wait while you're there. You go past Ben's $2 store. There's beautiful photos of people who've stolen goods from there.
yes, there is.
Which is
Yeah.
really good. So next time you're lining up, that's good entertainment. A good banh mi. There used to be a ripping place. I forgot what it's called, but it was on Canterbury Road in Camberwell, and it was just like one of the most insane like banh mi's ever.
Right.
So, but you can't go there because
pretty-
it's not there anymore.
Oh,
So
got me excited.
I don't know where else to go. I was going there's one. I'm not really helping you, but there's one near Flemington, near the railway bridge that buses always keep crashing into. There's a little banh mi joint there. If you Google it, that's very good banh mi's. So
All right,
there you go.
All right.
we'll look into
We'll
it.
research
That is
it.
near Footscray.
That gets
near
you going
the
a little
hotspot.
bit somewhere, outside
Yeah.
of Richmond.
Love
Yeah,
that.
we haven't
nice.
been to Flemington in the last few months since we've been here. Surprisingly, we got through Spring Racing Carnival. But we'll go check that one out. Banh mi reviews coming next week. Obviously, go check the video out as well on the socials. You'll be able to see Willie tucking into some roast pork.
Send it to one of your mates. Why not?
Yeah.
They got peanuts in the banh mi as well.
I
That's
like
something
it.
that was a bit interesting I didn't bring up before,
Delicious.
but that's in the video. And now it's time for the universally famous
Mhm.
segment, Sting It Willie.
Checkers. Checkman, before we get into it, so there's been a bit of funding in the Checkers Checkout.
I'm
Yeah,
saying-
we didn't get a sponsor,
No.
but
We've got his stickers.
Dylan said it's looking a bit lackluster. You pulling out melted chocolates out of your pocket every week?
So he's stolen my old shoebox and found some stickers.
No, it's not actually yours, man. I
Oh.
went and got this box and put stickers on it for the
Well, where do you
checkout.
get the box from?
Went and bought it.
Oh,
You can
From
buy
the
boxes
box
from
shop.
from Ben's $2 shop.
No,
Oh, sorry.
no, just from the reject shop.
All right, so last week it was footy cards, and Checkman did eat a football
And
card.
Cardi had
which-
a snack as
Ate it.
well.
Yeah.
Well, you are what you eat.
Yeah, that's so true. You are a
So-
football card. Always said that.
So
We've had an upgrade this week, so it's not been in my sweaty pocket. Don't open it, okay?
Okay.
You can shake it around and have a feel.
Oh,
I also thought
am I eating a toy truck?
we brought it up. We did sign the non-disclosure agreement, and we shouldn't be talking about it. But we did go on Deal or No Deal a few weeks ago. So I thought having the box, having the case,
Yeah, I like
a
it.
bit of like, what do you reckon's in the case?
Oh.
And then we can rip it open, like Deal or No Deal. So
Yeah.
we're shaking it around the room at the moment. Scotty's having a shake.
Do we win
Need to shake
$200 if we figure out what it is?
No, well, we should
I'm
come up with a prize though if
I'm
you figure out what it
quietly
is.
confident.
Maybe then. So I funded this one myself, but maybe we get a sponsor to fund the prize if you guess what it is. 'Cause I don't know if I can keep funding $200 for every time Willie guesses it. It's just another chocolate bar.
If I'm allowed to
I
shake it,
think it's a snack.
Jesus
snack.
Christ!
if I'm allowed to shake it, that means it's pretty sturdy. And if you're shaking it like that, it's pretty
I
sturdy.
think it's
Yeah.
I think it's a little snack.
It's
Okay.
a snack.
It's a hunch.
I don't know.
Case man, reveal yourself.
Scotty, you do
Scotty
the
can
honours.
do the honours, I reckon.
It's
Yes!
To be fair, Shrey was standing in the kitchen
No, I
while
didn't
I
see.
filled the box.
I swear I did not see you. I didn't see you open it. Fill it up at all.
Yeah.
So you've got a little
The
snack.
only reason I
I've
thought it was a
never
snack because I
eaten
could
a
hear
snack
the
before.
the
the
tin.
alfoil, the tin foil, whatever.
Oh my
Alright,
god!
so the boys are tucking in. I'm commentating this for
Cheddar
those listening at
cheese.
home.
Are these from my pantry?
Yeah, they are from your pantry.
Oh, the wheels.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I ran a half marathon the other day and I haven't been able to walk.
Yeah.
So I just have been lying on the couch and haven't been able to go food shopping. So,
A lot of Uber Eats
yeah,
operations.
yeah, legitimately.
First ever snack.
What?
Good snack.
Can you repeat that, please?
My first ever snack.
Did you go to school
I did.
in the 1900s?
No, I just never ate the snack.
I can't believe I got
The
that.
cheese scared me for some reason. I don't know why.
Actually,
Your
to be-
life's changed.
if I'm honest, to
Yeah.
be fair, that's a good call because it's really the cheese shouldn't be edible.
Yeah. That's good
This-
snack.
You're
This
all
used to be a
eating.
staple.
You've all got one biscuit left, and I reckon just from looking at it, none of you have enough cheese left for that last
No, I
biscuit.
reckon I do.
Trey's left a little bit. The rest of you are digging deep.
Yeah.
I've
You're scraping the bottom of the
Scott
barrel.
and I, yeah.
Like you just love another centimetre of cheese.
Good death.
What about me? Give me. What do you reckon?
No, I still reckon you'd want just a little bit more cheese on that. Like you've
I'm gonna be
over dipped early.
Yeah. My,
What
I
was
can't
the
believe I
thoughts?
got that.
What
I
do you
enjoy
thought- This is a good one because check out. Sometimes we want some foods that you've never had. Obviously, the boys would add little snacks. Scotty, what's your review on the little snack? Will
It's
you
not bad.
will you repeat offend on these?
Yeah, I will. I wouldn't mind seeing that, like, the cheese less melted, but, like, that's not bad. I don't mind that.
I can't believe I guessed that. That's unreal.
You could put them in the fridge, I guess. Get
Yeah.
a
But I
bit
feel like
of
if the cheese would go hard,
I think
your
that's what it
crackle would
does.
break.
I'm
Yeah.
a texture guy, so, like, there's some
Me
foods I,
too.
like, get, like, I'm like, I can't get my head around it because of texture. But no, that was alright. That did a job for
I'm happy
me.
with
I
that.
was hungry too, so thanks, guys.
That is, for me, it's an 8 out of 10 for me.
That's up there. It's
Nice.
pretty good.
I mean, you said you were hungry. A couple of weeks ago, we had Tommy Flanners on the pod. I brought in a family box of LCMs. And this segment is normally very late in the podcast.
Yeah.
When you hear Checkers Checkouts on, most people have either already turned off the pod or know there's only about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
We finished the entire box before the end of the pod.
yeah, that was
LCMs are good.
delicious.
No dinner was consumed that night.
Oh, good work, mate. I enjoyed that.
Hey, just before we wrap things up, we'll touch on what we've done throughout the week. Checkman, obviously you got to interview the great man Eddie Betts for his foundation. And
Last
on the
week's
pod.
potty, you can go back and listen to that. It's not a very
Loved
long
it.
potty.
Love the chat.
We had to fight Fox Footy for Eddie's time. So there was hand-to-hand combat at Vic
Little bit of
Park.
We had to pause with Ruby Slasher.
Ruby
We
Slasher
said,
has
"Hold
done
up.
her other knee because I kicked it out from underneath and said, give me 7 minutes of Eddie Betts.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't
Um,
condone any
don't get in the
violence against Fox Footy.
Yeah. No, Fox
We don't
Footy are great
condone it,
people.
Sometimes it has to happen.
They put us on the longest kick. We give them a bit of cred. But we did have a quick chat to Eddie Betts. We went down to his foundation game. I think they're going to be a yearly thing. This was the first one. A little bit of crowd, and the crowd was very famous.
Wow.
So at our game that we played, most of the crowd was fans and followers of Shrey, young kids. We had Anne Hatchard, Zach Butters earlier in the crowd, which we thought was
Yep.
crazy. We were like, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was
These
unreal.
Yeah,
AFL
that's
players come down to watch. Now, these Indigenous kids have come across to Melbourne for a week. They spent a week with Eddie touring around Melbourne. They go to the Eureka Sky Deck, the basketball. They went to Carlton, Collingwood. They get to play a game, all right?
Cool.
In their crowd was Andrew Demetrio,
His son was playing on the other team.
Okay.
Mark Pitnet, Luke
Straight.
Darcy, trying to think, Marlon Pickett.
Marlon
I think it was
Uh,
Zach Williams.
They had Eddie coaching them. They had Neville Jetta coaching them.
Yep.
And there was just
Ash Johnson was there.
celebrities just rolling around watching this game. And then there was just us running water. So
Yeah.
Shay was running out some chalky milk. So those videos are up
The
if you want to go have
boys
a look.
didn't their eyes light up
They got
when
around
we were
it.
there.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
that's
They
what
didn't
you're
light
talking
up for Andrew Demetrio.
I don't think half those boys
he
had
did a
even
great
been
job.
born when he was
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
the
Well,
AFL.
That's true.
Jara did say, I said, that's Andrew Demetrio. He goes, who is that?
Oh, boy.
But Jara's also a bit slow on the
He
brain
does
sometimes.
float away with the fairies sometimes, as the vlog does show.
Airheaded. Shrey, we went down to the Mornington Peninsula. Why
Yep.
did we do that?
I went down for the Speak Chef fun run. Checkman and J-Man ended up doing the half marathon, 21.1 Ks. Me and you, we did 5 Ks. I did run it. Wasn't quick.
What was the time?
I did a 40-minute 5K.
Oh, 42?
42 minutes. Okay, so
That's all right. That's not too
Shaving
bad.
time off.
it wasn't great, but it was the first time I think I've ever run over 2Ks in my life. We'll hit a leisurely stroll, and
That's nice.
to be fair, it was like the scenery there was unreal, so I couldn't blame him.
It was so
It was on
good.
the beachfront.
I did a hot girl walk. I walked with some
Beautiful.
families, talked about food, talked about Queenscliff,
Yeah.
and
I like
then
that.
there was some people talking about law and stuff, so I quickly
Oh,
walked
So
off.
you did start running.
I started
Started
jogging.
doing 4-minute Ks.
There was it was a bit of a loop track, so you sort of ran away and then looped back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So myself and Jara started earlier because we were doing the longer run, and we ran away. And as we were running back, we get to run past Shrey,
Yeah.
running past us. It was a cool little interaction.
That's nice.
And then we get to run past Will walking with a group of like 40-year-old dads
Yeah, that's
talking about the cricket
That's
and
so
Virat
good.
Kohli. So
Yeah.
That's unreal.
I come back past Will, and I think I'd maybe run like 3Ks, and I've gone, yeah, man, my calf's not on the bone. Like, I just did not feel good. He's like, yeah, man,
Mate.
just still leisurely strolling.
he
I was
made
just
some
so
good friends.
jealous.
He made
That's
some good
good.
friends.
Made some good friends, and I made some really good content. So the vlog will be up
Tomorrow.
sometime
It'll be up tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, it's coming
lovely.
soon.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a
Somebody-
little Taylor,
somebody's just
Taylor
said-
show on that vlog, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
talk about some funny things. I get a little bit fruity.
Oh, boy.
Today we went down to City Power Bank Centre for the Renegades Media Day, didn't we?
Yeah,
Checkman?
we got to hand-to-hand combat Renegades as well.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's not hand-to-hand
Jeez,
combat.
not
It's
hand-to-hand
Don's a
combat.
hand-to-hand
Enough
combat
of
here.
fighting.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm getting
Put 'em
ready
up.
for footy. I also saw Prime Train on the weekend at the Speak Chef Fun Run.
Yeah,
Oh, we
you
did
hit him
too.
too.
Well, no,
So-
we've been discussing a fight.
Oh, celebrity fight.
Not quite celebrity fight, but more like just a fight.
Oh, no,
Paper.
like just out the back.
No, like
The
like
other
it'd be
way.
in a ring, it'd be professional,
Oh, okay.
but it would be for
Pay-per-view.
some
So after 6 beers in
pay-per-view
the
options.
little bit of cashola coming
Yeah, a
in.
little bit of
Right.
cashola. But we've discussed it, so that's why my hand-to-hand combat's
Give me a
been
role in that. I don't know what role it is.
filming, editing.
I'd like you with a
No,
ring
I want
announcer.
to be, yeah, I wouldn't like a ring announcer or maybe like a
Get him
promoter.
behind. Get him in front of the camera. We don't
Yeah.
want him behind.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I
it
want,
would,
I want like promoter or something
Yeah,
like
Prime,
that.
Prime would rock up thinking it's going to be a boxing match, and I'd rock up thinking it's going to be WWE.
Oh, yeah.
You're the Rey Mysterio
And then
mascot.
Joel from,
Oh
and then
my
Joel
god.
from the top rope gives him the John Cena.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we went to the Renegades. All the players were there. It was sick. We interviewed them all and did some content. So that's going to be up over the next few weeks. We're going to go watch their opening game in Geelong,
In
in
G-Town.
G-Town
In
at
G-Town.
GMHBA. So we're going to go see the
Beautiful
boats,
part of town.
see how updated the stadium is.
Oh, it's lovely.
Scotty, do you get around the Big Bash much?
I get around a little bit of the big
Who's your
bash.
team?
I'm a bit of a Stars man.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I
That
used
is
to be.
fair.
I used to be a big Stars man
Big
as
Stars
well.
man.
Something
There was
we had
also
to
one time I
learn.
went to the Renegades. You know, they put on a great show, but it was about 40 degrees in Marvel, and I was like, you know what, I like the open expanses of the G. I'm also an MCC member, so I stick by my Star Boys.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
Joe Clark said today because he's just transferred from the Stars to Renegades. He said the Marvel gets way too hot
Yeah,
and he's worried about it. He's like, because it's just a hot box.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But
And we
in
know-
Adelaide, we've just got the one team. So we've had to come across and we have to find our team and work out what's going on because there's 2 teams here. It's crazy.
yeah.
What's coming up this week, Checkers?
Well, the Big Bash is coming up. We're going to go watch that
I'm
in
actually
Geelong.
so keen for that. I think it's like the most anticipated season for me because I think I'm going to fully just envelop myself.
We're
in
going to
this
go
year.
again. There's a Stars. So there's like Renegades play Sunday, Stars play Wednesday. So we're going to smash 2 games in like a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm going to miss that.
Shrey won't be here.
Jeez.
Where are you going, Shrey? What are you doing?
So, what day do I leave? I go back to Adelaide to see my family for Christmas.
He's taking his girlfriend back to Adelaide to meet the family.
He's doing a
Oh,
greet
big
and meet
step.
at Rundle Mall on the Friday. So anyone that wants a
If anyone
photo with
wants to meet
Shrey,
Gabby, I'll be at the pub. So you
Right.
guys
Yeah.
Might as well be a
Yeah.
nice family dinner.
Ooh.
And your mum's so keen to meet.
You're talking about the wrong family. My mum does not do family dinners. That's not something we do.
Shrey's going to take his missus to KFC and he's going to roll
that's
back
exactly
home.
right.
You're gonna ride the bull. at the-
No, I did
that-
hear him.
No.
He was on the phone to his mum the other day in the car. I don't know if she's listening to this app.
She
Probably-
does, she will listen.
She might have
loves
given
it.
up on the podcast by now, but she was saying, I'm so keen to meet her. I'm really
Oh.
keen.
My mum is
so
very
This is
excited.
beautiful.
there's going to be a nice little family interaction there. She's going to
And
get
it's before
So
Christmas.
good.
So
she's going to
I'm
get
very
adopted
excited.
into
Shout
the
out
Shrey,
Shrey's mum.
the Shrey household. Maybe you'll get a family photo.
If we get a family photo,
You
and
can
I
print
send
it
to-
out and you can frame it and give it to your mum for Christmas.
are you going to get
Cool,
one
that's
sooner?
If I give you a photo of me and my family, what would you do with it?
Hang it on the fridge next to our Matthew Broadbent footy card.
Okay, done.
I'd highlight the photo of Toby,
We'll get. Oh,
the boy.
he'll love that one plug too.
Yeah.
This week,
And if you're looking for a place to eat or get a drink in Adelaide, I know me personally, you guys are all the experts, but Strat's put on a beautiful, what a beautiful
for a
dinner.
bit of reference, there's some boobies on show at Strats.
Beautiful dinner,
Some
and you'll
big
see.
heavy
You
milkers.
go on Google and look at a review. I put a review in there about 5 years ago, and it's like I look at it once a year, and it's fucking.
Oh my gosh. That's
So he's saying
hilarious.
like, "Wow, the girls in here are dope as fuck." It's actually.
It's a titty. It's a strip club.
I've
Yeah.
never actually been. So
That
I'm
is-
sorry.
that is-
I'd
but
like
it's
to
like-
call it an affordable.
But there's like 4 strip clubs in Adelaide. That one's like free entry. So
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Really?
Oh, sick. Oh.
Matty Knight and Jim Brady are coming to Melbourne this week as well. So the Ressies going to reunite with some Adelaide powers.
Man, I cannot wait.
I'm going to try to get them a game of cricket. But they're going to come to Geelong. We're going to try to get them on a podcast. So hopefully next week you'll hear the Matty Knight podcast and the Nightmare
That'll
story.
be, that man has got he's got good stuff.
He's got
Man,
connections,
the most
man.
stories I
He's
know.
got connections. He was
He's,
FaceTiming Travis Head about an hour after the World Cup. So
Oh god.
let's go on the Strats
That's
review. We
so
might have to clip that up and put that on the
I think
fucking
we're going to
Instagram.
put this one on the
It's so bad.
on the socials
Oh.
if we're legally allowed to.
Yeah, I want to read that after the pod. I know we're running out of time because the studio,
So bad.
we don't have it forever. But Shrey, do you want to send us out for the show?
All right, thanks guys. That's been us. Please follow us on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. Please follow us on Spotify as well and rate us 5 stars. Also, click the bell so you get notified when our podcasts come out. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for
Cheers.
joining us as well,
Thanks,
Scott.
Scotty.
Well, no worries. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me
Appreciate
on.
it. Now let's
Sorry,
read this.
Scoot.
Now let's read this
Alright.
Strats review.